We are doing entries at or near India's borders and coastlines. Entries at or near India's borders and India's coastlines. That's Leh, that's Srinagar, Leh and Srinagar. Now, this point here, this point near the border, this is Uri. And what do we have at the midpoint of Uri and Srinagar? Baramulla and Gulmarg. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1 is Leh, 2 is Srinagar. Which national park is approximated at Srinagar? The Chigam. The Chigam National Park, and also Salim Ali Bird Research Center, a very famous ornithologist who has studied birds. So we have one major center of Salim Ali Bird Center, Research Center at Uri also. So Uri. Then I believe you remember this place here. Remember this stretch here, midpoint, somewhere under, here. This is what? This is Poonch. So this point here and this point here, anybody remembers what is this place here? Rajouri, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5 and this is 6 at and near the borders. 4 is Gulmarg. 4 is also Baramulla. 5 is Poonch. And 6 is Rajouri. Rajouri is famous for what else? Kalakot, not Karakot. It is Kalakot. Kalakot anthracite coalfields. Yes, Kalakot anthracite coalfields. And if we move further eastwards from Poonch, to move further east from the Poonch within these two lines, this is what? Anybody knows this place in between? This is Anantnag. Move inside. This is Anantnag. Okay, so 7 and also Banihal. Anantnag and Banihal. And I hope you remember this is Jammu. 9, just a bit north of Jammu, somewhere here, Vaishno Devi, correct? A bit north of Jammu, so somewhere here. 9 is Vaishno Devi. And from Jammu, if we move northeastwards, you get Udhampur. Somewhere here, you can mark as Udhampur. Somewhere here, more or less, number 10 is Udhampur. Udhampur industrial region. Udhampur is also coalfields. Then this point here, this you mark as Pathankot. This corner here, this is Pathankot. This point here, anybody knows what is this? This is Amritsar. So I'm moving along the borders, okay? I'm not doing all entries. So 12 is Amritsar. And do you recall what is here, bit north of Dera Baba Nanak? So this point here, this is the beginning of the Kartarpur Sahib, okay? The Kartarpur corridor, 13. 13 is Dera Baba Nanak. And just on the other side of the border, okay, we have the terminus. Okay, so 13 is Amritsar. And a bit north of Amritsar, on the border itself, you mark as Baba Dera Nanak Sahib. The Gurdwara also here. And Kartarpur corridor is somewhere linking this with this one here. What do we have here? This is Firozpur. I'm moving all along the borders. Okay, so this point here, 14 is Firozpur. You come down from Firozpur here, this is Ganganagar. This is 15, Ganganagar. And this point here, Bikaner, perfect. Somewhere here, this is 15, this is 16, Bikaner. And somewhere here, Kalibangan. So maybe some of you have not marked this. Number 17, this is Kalibangan. Yeah, maybe a bit more eastwards. Yes. Somewhere here. Kalibangan is one of the Harappan sites, Indus Valley civilization, yes. What do we have here? Jaisalmer. And what do we have here? 18, 19, Pokhran. 18 is Jaisalmer and 19 is, so I'm moving along the borders here. So Leh, I'm going along the borders. You must remember the bends here. Okay, so this bend is Bikaner. You have a small bend here. So it's like, this is like an E shape, okay? Remember the E shape here. E shape, this is Amritsar, where the shape E ends, this is Firozpur, where the next bend happens here, this is Ganganagar. So Amritsar, Firozpur, and this bend is Sri Ganganagar. And then this and this bend, this is Bikaner. And Ganganagar, from this point here, bit east of Ganganagar, this is Kalibangan. This is not Bikaner, it's from this corner. Bikaner is not under Ganganagar, it's under this. So rectify karo, this is Bikaner. From this corner, if you mark more or less, if you have drawn the line a bit above, so from this corner you can mark this, you can mark as Jaisalmer, and from this corner you can mark this as Pokhran. So Jaisalmer, and do you know what is the national park here? Desert National Park. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so at one sequence, remember this. Yeah, Indira Gandhi Canal. Yes, Indira Gandhi Canal takes off from near Amritsar. Okay, almost along the borders here, goes down like this and curves something like this. This is more or less the Indira Gandhi Canal. Indira Gandhi Canal takes off from Amritsar. There is a barrage called as Harike Barrage. Yes, at Amritsar we have Harike Barrage. Harike Barrage that transfers waters from Satluj, okay, from Bias into Satluj, and from Harike the water gets diverted towards Indira Gandhi Canal. Okay, so we have some other heads also. One of the heads is towards Pokhran also. Fine, let's move on. So more or less you have recalled this. Now this bend, this is the Jaisalmer bend. This is the Jaisalmer bulge. The next bend here, the next bend somewhere here. Okay, this is Barmer, 20, this is Barmer. Then we have moved towards Gujarat. So do you recall what is here? What is here? Kandla. And alongside Kandla, we have the new ports here. Okay, 20 is Bikaner. This is 21 and this is 22. Mandvi and Mundra port. So 21 is Kandla port, and in recent times 22 is Mandvi Mundra, being developed with private partnership. So when you're recalling the entries, always recall in the same sequence. Okay, the way I have the sequence, you have by heart this sequence more or less. So if you miss the sequence, you will end up missing your entries. ये sequence आप याद रखना. Okay, Leh, Srinagar, Uri, Gulmarg, Baramulla, Poonch, Rajouri, and keep this thing pictorial. So if I was to say, yeah, so say if you want to recall the entries, you always recall the entries pictorially. So your sequence should start with Leh, Srinagar, Uri, Baramulla, Poonch, Rajouri, Anantnag, Jammu, Vaishno Devi, Udhampur, Pathankot, Amritsar, Baba Dera, Nanak, Firozpur, Ganganagar, Bikaner, Kalibangan, Jaisalmer, Pokhran, Barmer, Kandla, Mundra Mandvi. Okay, so whenever you recall, the recall should be pictorial. Okay, pictorially try coming along the borders. So if you randomly start marking entries, you will not remember. Okay, that's the whole idea why I am trying to help you recall like this. Okay, yes, the brain can process better if you have got this pictorial type of recall. Okay, the reason why I'm following this sequence for you. So let's get back to the previous one. Now you can add two more entries. I'm not sure if I have done this while I was marking. This is Bhuj. Okay, this place here. This is Bhuj. We had the Bhuj earthquake. You can mark more or less above Kandala. And near the border here, near the border, say somewhere here, this is Dholavira. Okay, so please add this to your list अगर नहीं add किया है. So 23 is Bhuj and 24 is Dholavira. Okay, Kadir Bethland, yes, we are marked. Then 23 is Bhuj and 24 is Dholavira. And also a swamp type of an island is also called as Kadi Bet, Kadir, or Khadi, Khadir, Bet, Bet. ये जो कच्छ region है, this Kutch region is actually swamps. If there's enough of water, these areas can become swampy. Some areas also get covered because limestone beds हैं. The areas can cover with water, they're filled with water, and some of the highlands they can come out like islands. These are marshes. Okay, Kutch ke marshes hain. Okay, so Kadir Bet. So there are many such islands here, and all of them are called as Bets. So Kadir Bet, and this is the site for Dholavira, one of the sites for Indus Valley civilization. Okay, fine. Now, what is here? This is Jamnagar. Right on the other side of Kandla, this is Jamnagar, and this is Dwarka. A bit below Dwarka, this is Porbandar, this is Div, and this is Somnath. Dwarka, Porbandar, Div, Somnath. Okay, so we have 25, 26, 27, 28, and this is 29. 25 we are marked as Jamnagar. Do you know which island is near Jamnagar? Pirotan Island, yes. Jamnagar. This is also Pirotan Island. 26 is Dwarka. 27 is Porbandar. 28 is Diu, and 29 is Somnath. Pirotan Island for snakes, correct. Now, this place here, so we have a couple of entries here. So this is Bhavnagar. A bit below Bhavnagar, somewhere here, Alang, yes. So this is 30, this is 31, and somewhere here, a bit inside, 32, Blackbuck Sanctuary. What is it called as? Belvadar. 30 is Bhavnagar, 31 is Alang. Alang is the world's largest shipbuilding yard, and 32 is Belvadar. Belvadar Black Buck Sanctuary. Then we already have marked this as Gandhinagar. This is Vadodara. This is Anand Kheda. And do you know what is here? Bit west of this is Anand Kheda, a bit west here. Lothal. So this is 33. This is 34. This is 35. And somewhere here, this is 36. 36 is Lothal. So 33 is Gandhinagar. 34 is Vadodara. 35 is Kheda, Anand, Nadiad. 36 is Lothal, another of those Indus Valley civilization dockyards. Then this point here, this cut here, this mouth of river Narmada. What do we have here? That's Bharuch, yes. Surat beta aur niche hai. This is mouth of Narmada. Surat is here. This is mouth of Narmada. This is the mouth of Tapi. So Surat is here. So this is 37 and this is 38. So 37 is Bharuch. Bharuch also same as Ankleshwar and also Dahej. And 38 Surat. Surat is also same as Surat as Hazira. Hazira is the terminus of the oil pipeline. And also Piram Island, yes. Mouth of river Tapi, we also have Piram Island. And a bit east of Surat, this is Surat, a bit east of Surat, this is 38. So this is mouth of Narmada, mouth of Tapi, somewhere here, a bit east of Surat, the place called Viara. And at Viara, yes, Surat is also Ukai, correct. At Surat, you can also mark Ukai. Ukai Thermal Power Plant. Ukai is also a dam. And east of Surat, 39 jo hai, this is Kakrapad. Okay, this is Kakrapad. Kakrapad Atomic Power Station. This is CAPS. Kakrapad Atomic Power Station. So sequence yaad rakhna. I mean, I will suggest when you're revising, okay, this is the list that you will have to memorize. Okay, and along with this, whatever you approximate along with this, you memorize together. Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. Can you recall this part, northeastern part? Let's try northeastern part. Okay. So this place here, this place Kanchenjunga, this place Gangtok. I'm moving in a sequence here. Okay, like this. Okay, this is Kanchenjunga. This is Gangtok. Somewhere here, this is Darjeeling. This is Kalimpong. And this is Jaldapada. Kanchenjunga, Gangtok. अब अगर बॉर्डर पे आ जाते हो गैंगटॉक से नथुला, जेलेपला and the rest. This is Darjeeling. A bit east of Darjeeling, this is Kalimpong, and this is Jaldapada. Move down from the corner here. This is Dispur, Guwahati. This place here, Manas. Come down from Manas, somewhere here. This is Bongaigaon. This is Manas. Come down here. This is Bongaigaon. Okay, so you number it. So for this eastern side, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. This is 6, this is 7, this is 8. Come down from Dispur. This Dispur, what do we have here? What is here? Cherrapunji, yes, Cherrapunji, Mausin Ram. Shillong is in between here. Shillong or Umiam Lake. Okay, 7, 8, this is 9, and this is 10. And I think you remember this point here. This is Dhubri. And what do we have here? This is Tura or Nokrekpi, 11 and 12. So 1 is Kanchenjunga, 2 is Gangtok, 3 Darjeeling. Does anybody know what all national parks are at Darjeeling? Singalila National Park, Singalila National Park, Senchal Wildlife Sanctuary, Mahananda, Neora Valley, yes, Neora Valley, Mahananda also. Okay, and 4 is Kalimpong, 5 is Jaldapada, also Buxa, Jaldapada, and also Buxa, Buxa. Buxa, Jaldapada, and also Jalpaiguri. Okay, also Jalpa. Don't confuse Buxa with Buxar. Yes, Jalpaiguri and Jaldapada you can mark together. Jalpaiguri is more important for the tea gardens, and Jaldapada is the tiger sanctuary. Okay, if I continue, 5, then 6. 6 you have marked as Dispur, Guwahati, which is that refinery here. Refinery is Nunmati refinery. 7. Manas is a biosphere reserve. 8 is Bongaigaon is a refinery. 9 is Cherrapunji. 10 is Shillong or also Umiam Lake. 11 is Dhubri and 12 is Nokrek. Nokrek is a peak of the Garo Hills. Nokrek is a biosphere reserve. Does anybody know what is the entry here? What do we have here? Silchar, yes. So that corner there is Silchar, the terminus of the east-west corridor. This is 13, Silchar. 10 is Shillong. What is here? What is this? Agartala. What is here? Aizawl. This is Imphal. This is Agartala. This is Aizawl. And this square एकदम बीच में मार्क कर देना. This is Imphal. Loktak Lake, Kaibul Lamjau Bird Sanctuary, India's floating national park. Move up from here, just below this line here, this is Kohima. This place here, this is Kohima, capital of Nagaland. Okay, so to number it, 14 is Aizawl, this is 15 Imphal, and this 16 is Kohima. So 13 is Silchar, 14 is Aizawl, 15 is Imphal, 16 is Kohima, and this 17 is Agartala. Now, I think you remember what we have marked here. What have we marked here? This is Namdapha. Okay, it's a biosphere reserve right at the borders. Okay, this is Namdapha here. Namdapha, then if you move somewhere here, below this point here, this, so from this corner, move down here, this place here, this is Tezu. So this is Namdapha, and this is Tezu. Namdapha and Tezu. This point, if you see this stretch here, if you see this stretch here, more or less, and below this point, somewhere here, this is Dibrugarh. I repeat, this stretch is the midpoint approximately, or maybe a bit below here. This stretch is the midpoint, and below this, somewhere here. This is Dibrugarh Tinsukia. Okay, this is an important, one of the largest cities we have in eastern or upper. So we had marked 16, 17 is Agartala, this is 18, and this place, this is 19. 20 is Namdapha, and 18 is Tezu, one of the cities on River Lohit. This is on River Lohit, Tezu, and this is Dibrugarh. So if we write down now about Dibrugarh, we could add something here. The number 19 here. Dibrugarh is also a national park. Is Dibang Saikhowa. Dibang National Park, Dibang Dihang is also biosphere reserve, and also Dibrugarh Saikhowa. Dibrugarh Saikhowa, SAI. Okay, so Dibrugarh 19 is both. Dibrugarh is a town. It's also Dibang Biosphere Reserve. It is also Dibrugarh or Dibru Saikhowa Biosphere Reserve. Dibang, HEP, and the rest. Okay, fine. So that's Dibrugarh. If you move slightly east of Dibrugarh, so somewhere here, this is Digboy, and move a bit southwards of Dibrugarh, this is Sibsagar. So 21, and 22. So 21 is Digboy refineries, and Digboy is also Makum oil fields. And 22 is Sibsagar. Sibsagar, again oil fields. Makum has coal, yes. Margarita oil fields also. Digboy and also Margarita oil fields. And this, if you mark as Jorhat, so somewhere here, this corner here, you move up, this corner here. If you move up somewhere here, this is Tejpur, 23. This is Tejpur. And east of Tejpur, above this corner, somewhere here, this is Jorhat. This is also Majuli. Yes, Tejpur is also Povitro National Park. Jorhat is also Majuli. So I have taught you how to revise. I have helped you with the sequence. We have followed a pattern in revision. The remaining part is something you will do on your own. East Coast and the rest, southern part. I won't come back on this again. So chalo, fine. Good, nice. You guys joined me for revision, though some of you have left eventually. Okay, so we'll do what we can. So good night, take care. Okay, study well. Bye-bye.